some investors. More on that in just a moment. But first, Channel 2 business editor Murray Feldman on the Wall Street tailspin and what it means to all of us.
This is an historic picture. The opening bell on a day when the market closed for some people. An incredible number, more than 600 million shares traded hands today, and most of it was selling. Official figures on what happened won't be out until tomorrow, but here's the damage as far as the preliminary figures go. The market closed down more than 500 points at the 1730 level. Only 40 issues moved up in price. 1,981 fell on the New York Stock Exchange. When they pull money out of the stock market, they pull it out of Michigan, too, since many of our companies are publicly traded. Last week, when the market dropped to what is now a mere 250 points, the Manufacturers Bank Index of 100 Michigan companies fell nearly 11%. Only 6 companies rose in price. The top 3, KMS Industries of Ann Arbor and International Research and Development of Western Michigan, both of those rose on earnings news last week, and UP Power Company also rose. After this dreadful week, which is only one day old, no one is predicting that any Michigan company may advance. When stocks drop, the values of companies drop, and that usually means an economic downturn is on the way. After what we've seen, the Michigan economy could have a problem in 3 to 6 months. Unless a market turnaround is quick and fierce, business projects and expansion plans could be shelved. As stock prices continue down, publicly held companies may not have the cash to move ahead. Murray Feldman, Channel 2, Eyewitness News.
Well, no one expected the Dow to drop this far today, but then no one predicted the great crash of 1929. And while the 1980s are different than the 20s, here's a comparison of what happened. In 1929, the Dow's crash then in October as well meant a 12.8% drop. Today, with investors losing $500 billion, the drop worked out to a fall of more than 22%. On foreign exchanges, the same kind of story. In fact, many say that when we in the States cough, the rest of the world catches a cold. Today, it all swept through the time zones. In Tokyo, the Tuesday exchange is already open and is taking a beating. The Hong Kong stock market was suspended trading for the rest of the week. And European markets lost anywhere from 6 to 15% in value today. London alone falling more than 10%.
Stock analysts believe a lot of money can be made from today's plunging market if the investors have a strong enough stomach to buy the stocks at these low prices. Our Roseanne Sarah now joins us in the newsroom with that story. Roseanne?
Kathy, those who closely watch the stock prices say today's tumbling prices have created some real bargains, but so many people have lost their confidence in the market that few are willing to invest.
Took me for a ride.
The market took a lot of investors for a ride today as panic selling drove stock prices down to the lowest they've been in years. But brokers say there is a positive side to the slide.
Well, the positive side would be the fantastic opportunity it gives for investors to really bottom feed, as we call it, to buy stocks at the very lowest prices they've been in quite some time.
First of Michigan stockbroker Tom Mackey says those who try to buy after the market has bottomed out are likely to have a tough time reaching their brokers.
Just where today brokers wouldn't even answer their phones as far as taking sell orders, the same thing will happen on the upside. They won't even be able to get into a broker to buy stocks.
You'll be in to buy 100 at 15 good till cancel, and we'll enter a new order to buy 100 GM at 40 good until cancel.
Investors at North Star Discount Brokerage Firm were already evaluating what stocks to buy on the rebound.
GM is taking a beating, and so is Ford, and Ford has a very good PE ratio right now, and their dividends are up. They're declared a stock split 2 for 1.
But after Wall Street's performance today, not every investor has as strong a stomach.
I've quit trying to figure out this market.
Stock analysts say if you do decide to take advantage of some of those bargains, you will need to hang on to those new purchases for a while before you might see a profit. Kathy?
Roseanne, for those of our viewers who do have strong stomachs, when would you suggest, based upon the advice that you've been given, that they should begin buying again?
Well, it doesn't look like the panic selling is over. We're probably going to see more of that tomorrow morning, and it doesn't look like we'll see bottom until possibly later in the week. Most investors are banking on that. Also, some of the analysts believe that the Dow Jones is going to drop way below 1,500 before it does hit bottom.
So it could be a few days before they bottom out.
A lot of investors say that they aren't going to buy any, make any stock purchases until about Wednesday or Thursday, but a lot of them say they're definitely going to stay away from the market tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much. And as we reported at 6 o'clock, the state of Michigan says that it was going to get into the buying end of this starting tomorrow. Our Roseanne Sarah reporting tonight with the upside to what has been a down day for investors on Wall Street. Bruce?
Well, of course, Kathy, the other big story today, the American attack against Iran in the Persian Gulf. The U.S. officially saying after attacks on Iranian oil platforms, it considers the matter closed. Iran sees it differently, saying this means war. Shortly after 7 a.m. our time, we attacked 2 oil rigs in retaliation for Iran's missile attack last week against a U.S.-flagged Kuwaiti tanker for nearly half an hour. 4 U.S. ships fired 1,000 rounds at those sites. And then Navy demolition crews went in with explosives to finish the job. A 3rd oil platform site was also seized, all within the convoy route out in the Gulf. The president's reaction to a question of war?
No, we're not going to have a war with Iran. They're not that stupid.
Iran says it is now entitled to take other actions against the U.S. and, quote, definitely will. Even U.S. military types back here in Washington say there will be a next time. Back here in Metro Detroit, police may be very close tonight to solving that nearly week-old disappearance of a toddler from a downriver area. Right now, search teams are hard at work in Taylor, and they have been there for several hours. Our Joe Bell is also there and now joins me live to tell us about the bizarre circumstances surrounding this case. Joe?
Well, Bruce, right now I'm standing in a field in Taylor, just off of Pardee Road, where just behind me, about 100 yards or so, police and FBI agents are scouring the field in search of 3-year-old Dominic Miletto, who's been missing since Tuesday of last week from his father's home in Wyandotte. Now, at that time, the little boy was reportedly playing in his backyard. Even after he vanished, though, his father and his live-in girlfriend did not report him missing for 2 days, figuring he was with friends or family. Tonight, Taylor police sources told us they had Diana McCauley, that live-in girlfriend, in their custody, and that she had reportedly confessed to killing the little boy and burying him in this field behind me. Then, about 20 minutes later, an FBI spokesman who had called us to the Taylor police station for a press conference entered the room and told us that he could not confirm or deny any information and had nothing more to say about it. However, it was evident that police do believe that there is something in this field behind me. They've been here for about 2.5 hours with a state police helicopter, a tracking dog, and about 25 or 30 other agents and police officers scouring the weeds and brush in search of something. What it will be, we do not know. We haven't seen anything come out of that area, but we will be here to keep you informed should we see something in the next few minutes.
Joe, just to understand, this is in the southern part of Taylor. The little boy actually lived in